With only 12 days to go, NFL draft season has arrived. In today's video, we're going to sort through all of the takes for the New York Jets throughout the offseason, and we're going to finally decide what is fact and what is fiction. Let's go ahead and let's get after it. Before I get into the video, if I could get you to please jet up the like button, and if you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do want to let you know we're going to be live streaming this upcoming Wednesday night with Jake Asman. He's going to join the panel, and we're going to talk all things New York Jets and NFL draft. The link for that stream will be in the description. On Wednesday, April 27th, I'm going to be giving away a free New York Jets jersey to one of my subscribers. So if you have not hit that button, go ahead and do so right now. Support the channel and give yourself a shot at a great prize. Fact or fiction number one, if Kayvon Thibodeaux is available at the number 4 overall spot, the New York Jets are going to pass on him. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that is fiction. I believe the New York Jets from the beginning of the offseason, like many of us fans, have identified edge as one of the most critical aspects, not only of this scheme, but just in terms of team needs. This team needs edge rushers, and we need a better rotation. We need better depth. When Carl Lawson went down last year, you might as well have just driven a nail through our coffin right then and there. Our pass rush was not good enough last year, and so the New York Jets getting one of the top premier edge defenders to fall to them at number 4 overall in Kayvon Thibodeaux, I think is a slam dunk draft pick. And I've been saying from the beginning of the offseason, if by chance he became available, they should 100% turn that card in and be really jacked up and excited about it. There's been a lot of discussion about Kayvon Thibodeaux building his brand. Is he a character concern? I don't buy into any of that. I don't believe any of that. Is he going to build his brand? Sure he is. Of course he is. But that doesn't stop him from becoming a really good football player in the National Football League. So to me, it's pure fiction. Fact or fiction number 2, Garrett Wilson is wide receiver 1 in the 2022 NFL Draft. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that is actually a fact. I think that this is a really, really close wide receiver class. You could make the case for a number of guys to be in the top end of this group. And I think that Garrett Wilson, to me, is the cleanest. He has a lot of really good positives, can go up and get the football, decent size, great speed, good hands, really good route runner, and maybe a slept-on aspect of his game is his rack ability. He can make some dudes miss in the open field. And so this will be something that the New York Jets will identify and say to themselves, if we can go ahead and couple him with Elijah Moore, we're going to have some really big plays happening on offense. So Jameson Williams makes a lot of sense. He was my number 2 wide receiver in this class, but ultimately Garrett Wilson gets the nod. Fact or fiction number 3, the New York Jets should wait until round 2 to select a safety, overtaking Kyle Hamilton in the top 10. And if you've been watching the channel this offseason, you know that this is a fact. Jaquan Brisker from Penn State, Jalen Pitre from Baylor. You've got Daxton Hill, who probably will be a late first-round pick from Michigan. But you never know in the NFL draft. He could shake free and be available in the early second round. And then another name to keep your eyes out for, in my opinion, is safety Lewis Seen from Georgia. This was an athletic bombshell at the combine. This guy went completely off. And you talk about his leadership and his hitting ability. I think the Jets are going to be really intrigued by him. Pairing him up with Jordan Whitehead is extremely exciting to think about. And again, the ultimate reason why you're taking these guys over Kyle Hamilton is because everybody points out the fact that Kyle Hamilton is this bulletproof prospect, and I just don't see that. I don't believe that. I think that he does offer a lot of really great things. He's extremely versatile and athletic, but I think that these other guys that I mentioned, they're also extremely athletic, and they are also extremely versatile. So if you're asking me, the easy choice is taking the safety in round 2. Fact or fiction number 4, the New York Jets should look to trade Mekhi Becton and draft his replacement in Evan Neal, Charles Cross, or Ikem Ekwonu, and that is a fictional story that you have woven. The New York Jets are not going to trade Mekhi Becton. He has way too much talent. I get it. You're upset based on what happened in 2021. Welcome to the club. Nobody was happy about it. It was frustrating to see that 4 to 8 weeks, recovery time, and for him to just continue to not get back onto the football field. We're all frustrated by it. But I think that this is a huge learning opportunity for Mekhi Becton. And if you've been paying attention this offseason, Mekhi Becton is angry. He's motivated. And I think that he is going to have a hell of a season in 2022, potentially a Pro Bowl season. This is a Hall of Fame talent. I'm not trading him away. No, thank you. Fact or fiction number 5, the New York Jets should look to draft a running back in the first 3 rounds in Isaiah Spiller or Breece Hall. And I'm going to say that that is fictional. The New York Jets should not be taking a running back in the first 3 rounds. In NFL history, it's been proven time and time again that you can get a running back anywhere in the NFL draft. And more often than not, taking one early ends up as a disappointment. And so what the New York Jets should be looking to do is get a compliment from Michael Carter in the late rounds. I want to see Michael Carter in that 15 to 18 touch window, running and receiving the football. I think he can do both of those things. And I want to see us get a guy that can come in, step in, and be able to do all of the same things. And you can get that in the 5th round. We have 2 5th-round picks this year. That's where I want the Jets to invest in the running back position. Fact or fiction number 6, Jermaine Johnson out of FSU is the number 3 edge prospect in this draft class. And I'm going to firmly say that that is a fact. I have Aiden Hutchinson and then Kayvon Thibodeau and then Jermaine Johnson right after them. There are some people in NFL circles that say that Jermaine Johnson actually should be ahead of Kayvon Thibodeau. Now, whether that's true or not remains to be seen, but there's a lot to like with Jermaine Johnson. Jermaine is a really strong edge setter, defends the run really nicely. And so situationally, he's never going to have to come off the football field. He can play all 4 downs. And I think that's a very attractive option when you're talking about drafting an edge rusher in the top 10. Ideally, we would be looking to draft Jermaine Johnson if Kayvon Thibodeau is not there at number 4 overall. Some people seem to think that he could go in the top 5. I still think that it makes more sense for the Jets to kind of roll the dice and draft him at the 10th overall spot. I think there's a really good chance he could be available there. And so ultimately, I think he'd be a great fit for the scheme, for this coaching staff, and for the philosophy of all gas, no break. Fact or fiction number 7, linebacker Troy Anderson from Montana State is the biggest sleeper in the 2022 NFL draft. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that is a fact. This guy is so intriguing, not only for the New York Jets, but for any team looking for a linebacker. He has got size. He's got ridiculous speed. Ran a 4.4 40-yard dash at the combine. His intelligence is through the roof as well. He was class valedictorian in high school. His really big knock right now is he played at the FCS level in college football. And so there's going to be a big jump in his competition and regarding talent around him that he's playing against. All in all, this is one of the most talented linebackers in the entire draft class. And I would be so excited if the New York Jets were able to land him in the mid-rounds. I think he would be unbelievably helpful to this defense. Fact or fiction number 8, the New York Jets are going to draft a cornerback in the first 2 rounds of the NFL draft. And I'm going to say that that is actually fiction. And there's even a decent chance that the New York Jets don't even draft a cornerback in this draft class. I think that they really like Bryce Hall. They really like DJ Reed, Brandon Echols, Michael Carter II. These are all guys coming back to the team next year. And I think that they really do want to make sure that they place an emphasis on other positions, whether that's the front 4, the linebacking core, the safety position, and offense as a whole. I think they're going to just look elsewhere. Just because I want them to consider taking Sauce Gardner at number 4 overall does not mean that it's going to happen. So for that reason, it's fiction. Fact or fiction number 9, the New York Jets would be making a mistake if they wait until round 2 to take a wide receiver. And I'm going to say that that is fiction. I think that there's going to be a lot of really good talent still available at picks 35 or pick 38. They do not have to draft a wide receiver at the number 10 overall spot. I think that there's still some really good reasons to believe that Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Braxton Berrios, Denzel Mims, and another 2nd-round wide receiver will be enough for this offense. Don't forget, we're going to be running the football a lot in 2022. This offense is built around the running game. And also don't sleep on the fact that we've added those 2 tight ends to the offense. I don't know if drafting a wide receiver at number 10 is as important to the New York Jets as it is to us fans. Fact or fiction number 10, the New York Jets should still look to draft a tight end in round 2 or round 3, even after signing CJ Uzomah and Tyler Conklin. That is fiction. This is a deep tight end class. The New York Jets should play the game of the NFL draft. Try to find a tight end after round 3. We do have 2 4th and 2 5th round picks. Try to see if you can find a tight end that you can have on the bench developing this year and then start to incorporate them into the offense starting in 2023. So let me know in the comments what you agree and disagree with. What are your facts? What are some of your fictional stories? I would love to read and respond to all of your comments. Thank you for watching Jets Today. Have a great day. Go Jets. And I'll see you guys next time.